Now I'm just going to close up this sketch for now. We'll come back to it later. We've also got inside of our Lesson 1 Assets folder a finished version of the Alien Auto site. This will give us a quick sneak peek at what we're going to be building. I'll just double-click and open that on up, and you notice we've got a lot more files that we're going to be creating. Now don't worry about some of these file types if you haven't seen them before. We're going to have plenty of time to cover that all as we go through the lessons. To get a look at the finished page, let me just scroll down here a little bit, and once again, we'll start off with an index page. That's usually the first page of a website. I'll double-click and it'll open right up in the browser. And we can see right off the bat that we're going to be creating a much more informative site. It's got a nice clean design to it, and it's got some organization so that our users can come in and tell what they're going to be getting. For instance, they can find out what the company does. We can go to the What We Do button right over here. That's going to list services, have links for product brochures, and even include videos. We've got a gallery of the crew. We've already talked about those great background stories that the employees have, and we can highlight them all here. We've even added a page where our users can come to buy alien stuff, all kinds of branded products. Let me click back on the home page, and I also want to point out the space cars that we'll be building up, the hybrid shop. We're going to be creating a page for that includes Flash elements, and we'll even be making a separate Flash website that'll highlight these new space cars and make them the center of attention. So you can see we've got a lot of work to do. And to complete all that, we're going to be working through quite a few pieces of software in our Adobe Web Bundle. We're going to be taking a look at Illustrator, using its vector art to create our branding and our logos for the company. We're going to be using Photoshop and Fireworks together to make sure that our new design layouts work. We'll highlight Fireworks especially for its capability to work directly with Dreamweaver in making web pages. Using Dreamweaver, we'll be writing all of our HTML code for our pages, and we'll be incorporating CSS, or cascading style sheets, as well. And we'll be using Flash for a lot of special effect elements and the separate website that we just took a look at. We'll also be taking a quick look at Contribute, so we can make the site easy for the client to change themselves if they'd like to. And finally, we'll come back to Illustrator and use it to repurpose our design and graphics and make these guys a business card and a brochure. As you can see, we will be using a lot of applications. And if you've already been working with them, your specific settings may be different from mine. If that causes you any problems during the training, you may want to reset your preferences back to the default values. In completing all these tasks, we'll be following a logical workflow approach. We want to make sure that we're getting the most out of each of these products as we move forward, and even more importantly, ensure that we can still make changes without starting over. Now in our next lesson, we're going to get our start by creating our first branding elements, the company logo.